Well, the Acolyte cope, it continues. The media's come out, I guess mainstream media's come out and claimed that the Acolyte was a huge success using Parrot Analytics, which is basically registers any imprint online, be it negative, be it positive, be it indifferent, and it uses that metric, just any form of an imprint, as a piece of data. So they're using that data to claim that there's a big demand for the show, despite the fact that the viewership was incredibly low. So this is just one in a long line of utter nonsense when it comes to the Acolyte. But also mainstream media being very, I guess, just misleading, really. Spreading misinformation. You know, the only metric that was worth any salt here was the viewership, and the viewership was terrible. It doesn't matter that there was interest online. That accounts, they're literally counting all the hate videos online. Right, okay. I mean, look, be my guest, make another series. It will be hilarious for me and generate very good views. Like, please be my guest. But don't pretend it was positive. It's just insane. So Leslie Headland's wife, you know, that green plank of wood that was in the show, has decided to jump on that piece of awful information and be like, yep, there's a demand here. There's a demand, and we should make another show, essentially. So that's what we're going to be talking about. I'll leave this article linked down below. Please don't forget to hit subscribe if I could ask you. It would really help the channel out, and there's a large portion of you that are not subscribed. So if you could, I would really appreciate it. But anyway, so it says here, look. A strange thing is happening in Hollywood media. Months after Disney quietly cancelled The Acolyte, the narrative around the show is being aggressively re-engineered using the misleading metric of demand. What is that? Now, entertainment outlets like Collider and Screen Rant have begun publishing articles claiming that the series was a misunderstood success. That's demonstrably not true, but okay. At the same time, the Acolyte actress Rebecca Henderson, who also happens to be married to the show's creator, Leslie the Forehead Headland, has taken to Instagram claiming that the show was a massive hit for Disney Plus and was cancelled for reasons unrelated to performance, even though Disney have come out and personally said it was all related to performance. What a bizarre thing to, like, it's just bizarre. That's a bizarre narrative to push. Weird. So the centerpiece for this PR push, a February 2025 Parrot Analytics report that claims that The Acolyte had 20.8 times the demand of the average US TV series. And what is demand? Well, it's just any form of imprint online. But a closer look reveals what this really is a deliberate campaign to reframe a failed project. It's a last-ditch effort to rewrite the legacy of a series that under-delivered on nearly every front, financially, critically, and with audiences. So what is it? What's this demand? So Parrot Analytics, what do they actually measure? Parrot Analytics does not track viewership. It doesn't report how many people streamed The Acolyte on Disney Plus, how many finished it, or how many paid subscriptions it generated, right? What does it actually look at? Parrot Analytics measures audience demand, which is a nebulous metric that includes Google searches, Wikipedia activity, YouTube views, social media mentions, piracy activity, fan content engagement. Well, yeah, everyone hated it, so people were searching for it and probably pirating it and making videos about it. I mean, like, I'm game for them to bring it back. I don't care. Like, I'll make more videos on it. I couldn't care less at all. That'd be brilliant. Like, be my guest, all right? Maybe I'll be able to buy another classic car. But this is just insane. It's just utter nonsense. So in short, It measures how much a show is being talked about, not whether people are watching it or even enjoying it. Parrot does not measure subscriber data, total watch time, completion rate, unique viewers, revenue impact, churn or acquisition value for platforms like Disney+. That would be a data company like Disney would use to determine whether a show is a viable option for another season, sorry. Well, that would be data a company like Disney would use. And they have used that information, and they've determined that it wasn't a hit. There's plenty of other things that they've measured already. So Parrot's data is best understood as a proxy for interest, and that interest can be positive, negative, or neutral. Parrot does not and cannot distinguish sentiment. So if The Acolyte was being widely criticised, discussed in YouTube breakdowns, trending on Reddit for controversial reasons, or reviewed in bulk even negatively, that could still inflate its demand rating dramatically. So The Acolyte wasn't a hit. This is just... so this is actually... These are the numbers which were on... I think they were on Variety at the time, which is from Luminate, which they're kind of all part and parcel, really. Luminate and Variety are one and the same. I think they're owned by the same company. But you can look at this hit. I mean, it was awful. So Collider's article claims that The Acolyte, quote, scored more than 20 times the average demand seen in the current streaming landscape, framing it as, quote, rare and indicative of a sleeper hit. They go so far as to write, viewers can't get enough of The Acolyte. What are we doing? What are we actually doing? It's so... What? It had awful viewership. It had absolutely atrocious viewership. We've seen it. We've seen the numbers. Disney have come out and said it themselves. What is this weird narrative being pushed? The Acolyte had 2.7 billion minutes watched in 2024. Whilst this made it the second most watched original on Disney Plus for the year, it didn't come close to breaking into the top 10 originals across platforms, let alone being 20 times more popular than the average America TV show. The 10th most watched original in 2024 was Netflix's Love is Blind, brought in 7.3 billion minutes. That's nearly triple The Acolyte's numbers, and that's the 10th most watched. So, yeah, hilarious. And you can see this here. It's just not good. Like, it didn't do well. But Leslie the Forehead Headland, her wife, has come out. The Acolyte star Rebecca Henderson voices support for the show after a new report suggests demand for Season 2 is high. The Acolyte has been a massive hit for Disney+. It was cancelled because, if you know, you know. But the fans love it, and we love you. Shut up, you pleb. This is such drivel. If you know, you know. What is it? What are you going to say? Racism? Behave. Grow up. Mental. Absolutely mental. So there's not much else really to say here, to be honest. It's just stupid. I mean, it's a $230 million series, and it was like nowhere on screen. They must have embezzled some of that money. Like the people working on it. They must have. Leslie Headland, did you buy a new car? Did you buy a new house? Like, you must have embezzled the money. You must have. Anyway, it's crap. This is crap. Obviously, it's crap. No, The Acolyte's not going to get a Season 2. And I wish it would. Please, be my guest. Alright? You're going to profit from Star Wars' downfall. I want to profit from Star Wars' downfall. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.